Hey folks, welcome to Auman HQ here today. I'm protecting my skin from the sun. Long sleeve shirt, fortunately it's not real hot today, and wide sombrero there. Our septic contractor here, Mr. BTS himself, installing our septic system. They put in the tank a while ago, our septic tank, and now they're putting in the actual leach field itself. We're using these infiltrators. These are courtesy of Advanced Drainage Systems. They own Infiltrator now, is my understanding, and we're going to show you what goes into a septic install. So they're setting grade up there now, and Tom's got that great looking 4.5 ton Komatsu up there, and that's a great looking machine, nice size. We actually might talk to him too about putting in an Advanced Drainage Systems storm or rainwater collection tank in there today too. So lots of cool stuff coming here today, lots of shop work, all sorts of things. It'll be a good day. So you can see here these guys are blazing through install here. For you truck junkies, Tom's truck's pretty sweet too. They're backfilling the first set of trenches here, and it's crazy that not much really else is needed other than just pulling soil over it, and then that chamber, it's just, you know, settles in naturally. We let it just kind of do its thing and deal with the sinking and settling forever, but that's the way it goes. So, pretty wild. And there are little slits in the side of that thing that allows for exchange of water. You can see the slits there, but just getting it tidied up. Pretty wild. Cool. While our guys are here with a larger excavator, we're gonna have them go ahead and just dig this hole for our Advanced Drainage Systems rainwater harvesting tank. We're gonna have them set our base material off to the side, and then we're going to set that tank. We'll bed it in with number 57 stone, and then backfill it with that on the top above the spring line of it. And then we're going to run our pipes and all our inlet and stuff from these downspouts here on in. So, what do you think, Britt?
A lot today.
Yeah, a lot going on. That was pretty crazy there for a minute, going hard, going fast, and so we've got our tank in there now. We've got 2 foot of cover over top of it, and for heavy loading, it's one of the things you gotta do. As it gets closer to the surface, I'm actually gonna sandwich geotextile over top of that to help distribute load, so there's never a load bearing issue, but there's gonna be 2 feet of structural cover over that, so we're in great shape there. That being said, that's really exciting. We'll cut that riser off at the appropriate height, and like I said, I'm just gonna keep pushing lots and lots of stone into this thing, get it bed to the spring line, and the spring line is the halfway point on, you know, where that circle ends that direction. So halfway up that pipe, that's called the spring line. So we're in great shape there. Here we are. Thanks again, fellas. Appreciate it. Yeah, baby. Absolutely. Good looking stuff. And they're on the next one. They say it's easier to leave than to be left behind. It's an REM song. I think called Leaving New York, I believe. It's a good song, I like it. Anyways, not a big REM fan, but I really like that song. Okay, so I've got this mess ahead of me here. I gotta move this giant spoils pile. Backfill this thing. There's Miss Hollywood herself. What's up, lady?
Septic guy.
Hey folks, welcome back. As you're probably seeing in time lapse and all that, what's going on? We've got our tank in the ground here, and I've got about 8 inches of stone over top of the tank here itself. I've got a ADS biaxial jig grid, and biaxial because it has strength in 2 directions as opposed to uniaxial, which we have some of that over there, and this is the heavy duty with a large aperture, again with a large opening. Check with, you know, the engineer on your project engineer when you're doing this kind of stuff, whatever, because it's going to vary by the design and all that stuff. I'm tired. It's been a long day. This is pretty good. I'm gonna get some of this 304 on top of it and all that. We'll go down here and check out the septic system. Now again, that was hallowed ground per the county. We're not allowed to be on that for any reason except when they did the excavation. Now that the excavation is in, it's in and finished, we can see our chambers here. These have got to stay open so that the county can come next week and do an inspection, and they left it open in a few places so we can see that it's actually, they wanted it exposed on the ends. That's right, so we know that all 4 fingers went all the way across and all that stuff. And then our guy said to let this sit for about 6 till the fall here before we do any grading or grading corrections to it. We've got our whatever these turns are here, where these go into our septic. You can see a slight arc to them to conform to the landform, because these have got to sit flat. And so if you build a house or whatever, you're going to see this. So you need, I mean, some septic system. We got really fortunate. We got a good soil condition for, and we don't have a lot of plumbing fixtures, let's say, in the shop and in the offices. So it also allowed us to not have to have a gigantic septic field. That's 4 runs, 76 feet long, with those 22-inch by 8-inch low profile infiltrator chambers. We had to, they've got to expose both ends of this for the county to see. We got all this water running. Oh, I'm gonna say it looks like they hit the pipe, but no, that's a casing on there. So that's a casing that is running through there. So this goes into our septic tank here, which is where all the solids and all the fluids come into this thing. This is runoff that's coming all from this corner of the building to here. So I'm probably gonna have to make a relief channel through here to keep that all that water from going there to our tank, because I just don't want to chance, you know, stuff going in there. So anyways, there's a casing around. So there's a 6-inch Schedule 40 pipe going through there with the 4-inch sanitary pipe going in it, and that casing provides crush relief, you know, from all the drive area here. So that keeps us from having to worry about crushing the pipe, because it's I don't know, I think 24 inches deep there. But anyways, that's a completed system here on that. Big thank you to ADS, Advanced Drainage Systems, and Infiltrator. They made this happen, and the next time you consider pipe, consider ADS, consider Infiltrator Systems. And if you happen to use ADS stuff, tag them on Instagram, mention us. That would mean the world to us. Thank you. Okay, so that being said, so we'll take these downspouts and we'll turn them into our our tank here. It'll butt into the end or into that riser, whatever our storm guy with Rain Brothers, whatever he says, and that. So I'm gonna get some of that finer number 411 recycled over top of this so we get good contact, and then we'll go this bigger 304 for more load bearing capability, and we're gonna be in great shape. And then we'll get a lid on that for safety, and then we'll saw it off flush, then we'll put a concrete ring around it with a manhole, and we are in business. So very cool. Here we go. Hey folks, good morning here. Man, it's been a wild weekend here. Lots having been done, lots has gotten done. Mr. Keith here moving soil. So we got our tank buried. Then I dug a drain line. This is just kind of a clean out / inspection port. This beautiful ADS pipe there. Maybe something drop that thing in there, wouldn't it? It's like 7 feet down. But we wanted to make sure we get a pipe buried in there. Man, that looks pretty ominous, that blowing in here. That's not good. I'm going camping here in a little bit. But we want to make sure that that pipe or that tank in there doesn't act like a big bobber when we get a bunch of rain, i.e. there, and pop that thing out of the ground. I've seen it happen with swimming pools and tanks and other things. Anyhow, so I got that thing in there. I want to talk to you about pipe and embedment and that kind of, or bedding and all that. Anytime you can, and there are ASTM specs for this, but you want to make sure. And here on the tail end of my pipe, this got done in the dark last night, so I missed that. But you want to make sure that you get your pipe bedded in with stone. So we want to make sure we get a clean stone, i.e. no fines. So like a 57 or this number 8, or I'm sorry, this is number 9. We want to make sure we get this thing completely encased in stone, and that way this little stone, when you dump it in there, it more easily gets in around the bottom of that pipe and supports it. And it doesn't settle as like just all the dirt would. It'll settle forever. So we want to bed that pipe with stone. We'll go 2-3 inches above that pipe at least. And if you're on a commercial job, there's actual, again, ASTM standards, American Society of Testing Materials standards for how to embed or how to bed pipe. And so you want to be sure to look at that. So we'll do that all the way around till it comes out to 0 here, but you can see the water is still, it's trickling and running right through there. So we're pulling water out of there like crazy. Then our septic field, it's been completed, which is awesome. Again, courtesy and thank you of ADS Pipe, Advanced Drainage Systems. So that's kind of the layout there of the septic system. And I'm gonna build an experiment. I've got an extra chamber, and I'm gonna set it on a piece of plywood and put soil over it. And we'll set it out here and just natural elements, and we'll watch how that thing works and weathers in and stuff. It'd be pretty cool. So that being said, I wanted to make sure we used lots of number 9 around our pipe so it gets in around it. And, you know, if you use big chunks of like dirt, you got all those voids everywhere. So if we bed in around this with this number 9 stone, it gets in every nook and cranny and just works its way in everywhere. So we want to make sure, you know, that we're doing that. So with that being said, again, our big giant rain tank, I would sure love to get these lines plumbed into here now, and get this incoming rain, but unfortunately we're not going to. So with that being said, folks, that's it. Again, like and subscribe. You want to see more stuff like this, hardscape content, shop build content, whatever, machines. So that's that from Auman HQ. Like, subscribe, all that junk. Check out Kid Contractor Podcast, our Instagram account, all that stuff. Thanks, folks. When David Grohl there was talking about getting some old crappy instruments and, you know, just start a rock band, right? Or start a band or your pizza shop or whatever it is. Here, you know, version 1.0 of how to install pavers from the hardscapeacademy.com, which is a training platform we have that teaches people how to install pavers. It's geared at the new hardscape professional. If you're mowing grass now, or, you know, even in landscape construction now, and you want to learn paver construction, let's see here, www.thehardscapeacademy.com. But it's geared at teaching the startup how to install pavers or retaining walls, and a bunch of other courses we have coming out too. But that was that kind of thing of like, we were getting a lot of questions on Instagram about you know, how to install stuff, because that was just what I talked about on Instagram, and still do, you know, about installation techniques and things we screwed up and all that stuff.